Allah. La ilaha illallah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Ahmaduhu wa asta'inuhu wa astadihi wa astaghfiruhu wa umminu bihi jalla wa ala wa la akfuruhu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Arsalahu bil huda wa din al haq liyadhhirahu ala din kulihi walau karihal mushrikun. All praise belongs to Allah. We praise Him. We seek His help, His assistance, and His guidance. We believe in Him and do not disbelieve in Him. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is His servant and messenger. Allah sent him, that is Muhammad, with Deen al-Haq, the religion, the way, the methodology of truth. And this way of life, known as Islam, will rise to its proper position in this world, whether the mushriks like it or not. Amma ba'd fa inna astikal hadith kitabullah wa awtaqa al-ura kalimatul taqwa wa khayrul milali milatu Ibrahim wa khayrul sunani sunatu Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam wa ashraful hadith dhikrullah wa asanu al-kasasi hadha al-Quran wa khayrul umuri awazzimuha wa shayrul umuri muhtatatuha wa asanu al-hajju hajju al-anbiya wa ashraful maut katlu shuhada wa amma al-amma dalalatul ba'd al-huda wa khayrul amali ma nafa'a wa khayrul hadi ma utba'a wa shayrul amma al-kalb. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said the most truthful of discourses is Kitabullah. The most trustworthy word is taqwa, or fear of Allah. The best of the community is the community of Prophet Ibrahim. The best way of life is the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. The best way of life is the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. The remembrance of Allah is the most glorious of all things. The best of all narrations is Quran. The best acts are those requiring the highest degree of will and determination. The worst acts are those based on innovation. The best way of life is the one adopted by the prophets of Allah. The most glorious death is the death of the martyr. The most wretched blindness consists of going astray after finding the right way. Best acts are the ones that yield benefits. Best guidance is that which people may be able to follow. The worst blindness is the blindness of the heart. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Kuntum khayra umatin ukrijat lil nasi tamuruna bil marufi wa tanhauna anil munkar wa tu'minuna billah. You're the best community ever raised up or evolved for mankind because you enjoin the right, you forbid the wrong, and you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير المرسلين محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد، يقول الله تعالى في القرآن الكريم: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. I would like to begin by, this has been posted for about a month now, but federal lawsuit reveals CARE's leadership betrayal of Muslims Americans. This is okay. So bear with me a few minutes. For all of us here, this ain't nothing new. We've been preaching this internally for decades. The so-called Council on Islamic Relations, that is CARE, has been from its very inception nothing more than an absolute disaster in the midst of North America's gullible Muslim diaspora. Rather than countering Islamophobia, it has a deleterious impact on the body politic of the Muslim Ummah. CARE is responsible for promoting this menace and allowing it to spiral out of control simply because it justifies this evil organizational interest and ensures its survival. In other words, instead of bringing down Islamophobia, it does like the U.S. Instead of putting out fires around the world, it goes around and starts the fire. That way, it makes the U.S. seem like, you need me. So instead of CARE putting out fires, it goes around and starts fires. Now, we used to demonstrate outside of CARE, several years ago, and you wouldn't believe it. You know them Suburbans, them black Suburbans that the FBI, all them people drive? Look here. The last time we was down there, not the last, but all the time. The first time we was down there, or one of the first times, we out there talking with a loudspeaker and a camera. All this is on DVD. You can, we'll hook it up for you. So, first time, or near the first time, there's a whole group of Christians, non-Muslims, that they opened the door at CARE. They wouldn't let us in. We Muslims saying, we knocking on the door, can we come in? They wanted, oh no, ain't no Muslims allowed in here. At least not us. So, the first thing they do is, when the door does open up, a whole group of white folks, I don't know if you're the whole group of white folks come rolling out. Nice Christian people, good people, I'm sure. But we couldn't go in, they could. Then the next day, we come down there, we said, hey, you got to take that Black Lives Matter sign out of there, because evidently we black and our lives don't matter, because you ain't paying no attention to our problems. The next time we go down there, guess what's gone in the window? Black Lives Matter. It ain't there no more. So we carry on this for quite a while. What I'm saying is we would go down to CARE and put up our camera, and then we would give a lecture outside of CARE with CARE in the background where you could see CARE, that's the building, and da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, let me finish with let me see, I hope I didn't. Okay, here it is. Simply because this justified the evil organization's interests and ensured the survival. CARE collected millions of dollars in donations from American Muslims as well as from the Wahhabi Salafi nations of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Qatar, and the Gulf states. Both Sunni and Shia Muslims continued to be hoodwinked by CARE's false propaganda campaign launched for the sole purpose of attracting the sympathy of radical elements within the Ummah by inciting its donors against Jews and Christians and their alleged hatred of Islam. In other words, for CARE to justify its survival, it's telling us we got to be working together against them folks. And we're going to be the civil rights leaders in America, like NAACP of the Muslims, that type of thing. Well, that's what they turn out to be, the NAACP of the Muslims. That's right, that's them. Okay, anyway, so that's their whole propaganda campaign. If they can stir up any statements from the government or from other groups against the Muslims, they can come to the rescue, right? And show how valuable they are. Now, we used to go over there and help them raise funds. We would do security. If you go back 20 years ago and more, we would do security for them. In those days, we participated in all the big programs around D.C. and other places. We was quite active in the Muslim situation. Something happened, though, that the word came out from somewhere that we're not welcome on board. And that's what happened. But it didn't have no effect on us. I want to mention the life of the Anbiya, the life of the prophets, peace be upon them all. Now, there will be no more. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Khatam and Nabiyin. He's the seal of the prophets. No more prophets will come after him. Right? There's technically no necessity. You know why? The book, the Quran, is left intact with all the historical and human realities and God-given hidayah, guidance for the world, for the human being. He's kafata and lil-nas. He's the messenger to mankind, right? This is some of his titles. Khatam is a lock, a seal. Khatam and Nabi mean he's a seal, he's a lock. He's the end of the prophets. Ain't no more prophets coming after him. But the work of prophethood continues by Islamic workers, mujaddids, those who would revive, renew, and restore Islam during their period and raise it up to a level, and it goes through the process of tazkiyah, cleanliness, purification. So Won't be no more prophets coming, but it'll be groups of people or individuals that will see the need. This is where we take our name As-Sabiqun from. As-Sabiqun, those who go out in front, those who win the race, those who face the challenge. Sayyid Qutb said, those who lead the way, right? Those who lead the way. This is just a title that we liked. And it gave a good idea of an organizational mission for us. Not that we were saying that that's what we was going to have to be, but that's the way it worked out. That we would have to be, based on what we see in the United States, what we recognize was there was a serious weakness in the Ummah, in America. It was growing by leaps and bounds. But it was going through a process of changing and transition. It looked like to us that the Uncle Tom handkerchief-headed cowardly Muslims, right, led by Saudi Arabia and others, Wahhabis, Salafis, all of these type of people, was taking over. And they was against any rebellion, against any revolution. And then that went right in the face of what we was talking about. They used to care saying, will it be confrontation? This is 93. Or cooperation? They're saying, won't be no confrontation. We don't want no confrontation with America. You're a good boss man. We want you just to live up to your good boss manism. And we will be good, cooperative, not servants, but religious organizations and personalities that will go along with you gladly. Because you're a good boss man. That's what they say. I'm telling you. And every one of the organizations, ISNA, ICNA, everybody that was talking gangster talk some decades before, by the 90s, they had mellowed. And with the growth of Islam came the shrinking or misguidance of the Muslims, right? The bigger they got, the more misguided all these organizations came along. Let me get back to, I'm only going to read part of this, but see, since this is now public knowledge, we can talk about it. Before, if we talked about it, you would think, oh, these guys are starting fitna, they don't like the Muslims, and they don't like them good Muslims because they don't have no money. Oh, they don't have no money. Talking about us, now we done had plenty of money at times. But they, not the kind of money these boys raised. I mean, we did security at all these big fundraisers. You go back 20, 25 years ago, we was the main functionaries around here. You know, this place was full of people. All right. All the time, every Jum'ah, every Eid. Let me catch up with, see what they're going to say here. Council of America. Come on now, straighten up. You know, you got to get used to these phones here. Okay. All right, if you don't want to do it that way, I'll do it the wide way. Okay, now. Whew. It goes on to say that the Ummah, by exciting donors against Jews and Christians and their alleged hatred of Islam, On the other hand, CARE's checkered and notorious history is now compelling the U.S. government to view its activity with a jaundiced eye. Now, that means that CARE seemed to be cooperating with Boss Man a lot. The mastermind behind this nefarious project is none other than Nihad Awad, an evil genius. Boy, they talk worse about somebody when they finally talk than they call it good God Almighty. An evil genius who enjoys a tenure, free status as the executive director, and has amassed a large treasure chest for the organization. I mean, for us to raise 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, that's big money. But for CARE, they started 100. Years ago, when they wrap up, they go out there at 7 Corners out there. That one, I think it finished up at least $1 million. That's 20 years ago when $1 million added up to something. People would be given 25,000. Then they say, "Oh, I didn't give enough." They raise their hand again. All these big businessmen, they give another 25,000. In fact, you have groups of people giving $25,000 and $50,000, in one night to the organization. Okay, so let me see where we are now. They calling his divisive and perverse machinations have gone unchecked for years. And he answers to no one but himself. He is also quite possibly misappropriating funds from CARE's coffers, as the sums amassed by the organization far exceed its documented expenses, including his compensation of $260,000 a year. That's a pretty good salary. It's not bad. It's not bad for a Muslim, right, that don't do nothing. A Salafi Muslim, an avowed misogynist, Nihad Awad and his coterie of perverted accomplices in Florida and elsewhere continue to sexually exploit CARE's female staff, affectionately coercing them into serving as Nihad Awad's personal harem. Now, this sounds like Congress here, a congressman. He sounds more like a congressman than a Muslim leader. It was only a time now. Muslims don't get this type of treatment in the press. This is new. The Muslims, you didn't find the Muslim Imam as drunkards and stupid people, stuff like that. Jesse Jackson's and all them people. But this stuff right here is like Al Sharpton type stuff. Hey, look at here. The Muslims got tired of being behind and righteous and said, shoot, we're going to catch up. We're going to use our model as niggas, and we're going to catch them. But look at here, boy. They got girls, we're going to double up on them. If they got one girl, we're going to have 3 or 4. This is what the article says. I'm not going to read all the article. I just wanted to, let me see here. Okay. Coercing them, serving as he has personal harem. My goodness, the guy got a harem. One such female staffer, Miss Lori Suraya, filed a lawsuit accusing Nihad Awad and his accomplices of alleged sexual harassment. Now, Nihad was married. He's married to a white lady. I don't know what happened. Okay. This is quite likely just the tip of the iceberg, and more women are likely to come forward with similar allegations as this matter comes to light. Now, this is from a federal lawsuit. This stuff been on NPR, National Public Radio. It's out in the air. It ain't just, this is not us talking to discover the article somewhere. This is the same Nihad Awad whose actions led to CARE being declared an unindicted co-conspirator by the U.S. Department of Justice for laundering funds to numerous terrorist entities based in the Middle East through the Holy Land Foundation. I tell you now, the Holy Land Foundation, those are friends of ours. Most of them are in jail. In fact, out of the 8 organizations indicted by the federal government, all of them are in jail, except us. We've never been indicted. I'll tell you why we've never been invited. All those guys are immigrants. All those groups are immigrant organizations. They have no experience with the United States government. We've been to the U.S. Penitentiary in Leavenworth, Lompoc, all over the United States. We have had several cases, the federal government. Those cases were back 40 and 50 years ago. We've studied the FBI. We've studied the police. We've studied police procedures. We've studied everything they did to all the black organizations. We studied the COINTEL program. We used to give khutbahs here, and they would have somebody floating around some masjid, and one of the imams, when they didn't have no experience, say a Pakistani guy, and they trying to trap him. Do you know that they trapped a whole slew of innocent imams and innocent Muslims? Why? Just by trapping them, because the Muslims didn't have no experience. And the other thing is, guess what? It's not bragging. They wouldn't listen to us. You study all our lectures, pinpointed and highlighted these things for decades. They wouldn't listen. No, the dude talking all that stuff, gonna make the white man mad. I said, see, I'm telling you, if you think you gonna make him mad, if he ain't already mad, he done blew up buildings, blamed it on you. He done filled up the penitentiaries with Muslims, imams. He done set up paintball people. Remember that people, everybody can play paintball. They had Europeans, white folks, having a naked white woman run through the woods, and the other white folks, they'd pay her $1,000 or something. They would shoot at her behind. Right, that's with them paintballs, yes. That's what they would do. They would shoot at her behind. Okay, we don't want to, no, that's all right. No, just take it easy. We just finished. Yeah, we just finished. Yeah. Look at here. So here's what we do. This confrontation of cooperation, dear believers, we ain't got no, you got to have a real serious attitude. You got to have a very serious attitude about dealing with this United States government. You know, I got a little shirt here. I'm going to go in a minute here. You ever remember when you read in the Quran about Joseph's shirt was torn from behind because the woman was, the guy, see, the Bible don't clear it up, right? It leaves you hanging. But the witness says, if his shirt is torn for the front, he was aggressing on her. If it's torn from behind, right, she was moving on him. Now, one of our encounters in Oakland, this one, the big old lady, actually, she knocked her brother down. She weighed 300 pounds. But you can see, this is where the label is right here, right? that's always in the back. This is where the shirt was torn from behind. They said, the Negroes, that I was attacking her, but my shirt is torn from behind, meaning that she was attacking me. And I wasn't even looking at her. Look, we've been doing this for so long, we can do it in our sleep. Here's our position right now. The world is going through a serious transition. I mean, right now. Right now. And so the Muslims have to make up their mind about where they stand and what they're going to do. This is one of those critical periods. It's always been critical during this century and the last. But today, it is actually very critical about how the Muslims act, the relationship to the world in which we live, right? And how we carry on business. I'm just going to read a little bit more and I'm going to get back to the khutbah here in a second. But I wanted to just read this stuff so you wouldn't think that I was making it up. Holy Land Foundation was a good organization. Out of those 8 organizations that they had, all of them went to prison but us. And I remember we had flyers talking about how to punk the FBI and all of that. You know, but there are certain rules. Example, if I say the United States government is bad and this, that, and the other, right, that's freedom of speech. But if I say, like Donald Trump did, he got away with it, but we couldn't get away with it. It says, now, if that's true, go down there and do da-da-da-da-da. Now I would be exciting the people. That's why all those years back in the past, dealing with all the movements, dealing with all organizations, being in exile, studying, how did you get a case? What did they use on you? That was before the stuff on COINTEL program came out. All the stuff on how they set people up. This guy got a big dope case. How did they set you up? What did they do? This guy got a big paper case. How did they get you? What stages did you go through? How was you feeling about? That's all I did in the penitentiary. Another thing I did, I counseled white folks on how to do time. You say you counseled white folks on how to do time. When I was down in Florida and I was going to California, first they sent one of the Jewish brothers to a place down there in Texas. And on the way to California, I came some months later and I met him. We used to talk down in Florida at the penitentiary down there. When I saw him only a few months later, he had gray hairs coming all out of his head. And now it was 3 lawyers. They either got $21 million, one of them Teamster, them kind of lawyers, big lawyers. And he got and just while he was gone, his crew would give his wife, now this is 30 years ago, 35 years ago, it was 40 years ago, it was back in late 78, 79. They gave his wife $35,000 for expenses per year. But then that was nice, that'll keep the lights on and everything. Plus what he had stole. When I met him in Texas, going to California, because see, I was technically from California. So you could fill out a slip, I want to go get close to where I'm from. So I moved from down there in Florida across to Lompoc, Federal Penitentiary, Lompoc in California. On the way, I meets up with the brother that we used to talk all the time. Because I used to talk with all the rich Jews and all them people that's in the penitentiary. You may not believe it, but I used to have meetings, all the Muslim meetings. Every Tuesday night, we would have people come. We would have people come, and they would come and talk about how to arrange a certain type of business. And they would tell you, we would tell them, and they would converse with us, how you can form trust and all other kind of things. You see what I mean? You'd have trust. Yeah, one of the things about khutbah, whether you like, let me explain something. I'll explain to the brothers, because this is a Salatul Jum'ah. The people that come, you have to be quiet in Jum'ah. Yeah, you have to be quiet, brother. Brother, let me explain something. No, let him go so he can listen to me. Whether you like what I'm saying or not, that's too bad. You have to be quiet in Jum'ah. That's what Salatul Jum'ah, that's what it says, right? You come in, Allahu Akbar, you sit down. And now it's been months. I can tell by the way I'm going. See, this stuff don't happen much. Only when the subject, you notice the subject I'm talking about? That's when you get all of this chitter chatter. And we've been doing this so long, right, that we kind of get a feeling for all this chit chat stuff. Anybody that knows anything knows that you come in the khutbah and you be quiet and you sit there. And no matter what happened, this is picking up what we're talking about. You see what I mean? This is picking up what we're talking about. But it gives the people watching some of the flavor of what goes on. You know what I mean? Now, it don't bother us, but the minute we jumped on CARE, look, the United States government, CARE, all of them got people floating all around the community. The reason I'm reading this is because through patience, you notice we always talk about long range, protracted struggle over decades and over years. See, we have to have the patience to hold on with all this stuff going on. It ain't nobody else did that. I'll tell you why they didn't do it. They did not sit down and do, well, it wasn't their time, that's all. They wasn't bad, or they wasn't good, or that's not, the thing is that we have made specific plans, thoughts, and ideas about everything we're doing. And we do it all the time, all day long. It ain't nothing accidental going on here. There ain't no accidents. The khutbah are not accidental. The subject is not accidental, right? Everything is to produce something, right? It's to produce hidayah, not mainly for us, but for the whole Muslim world. All these videos, we've been stacking them up for years. Okay? During the other period, we distribute a lot of those, in structured form. We haven't did that a lot with these, but we're building them up and building them up. Because this is our method for fighting the system. You think ain't nobody playing with us, and we're not playing with them. Now, do you think at this period in history, when Boss Man's whole show, he ain't won a war in 100 years, World War II, that was 70 years, right? He didn't win Korea. He didn't win Vietnam. He had a little spark. He thought it was victory. And Gulf War in 1991, right? But they came back and wiped Boss Man clean. In Iraq, he run over to Syria, and he said, I got to get on out of here. He thought he had some luck in Libya, right? The Muslims are fighting right this minute. The good Muslims are fighting. The poorest Muslims in the world are fighting the richest. Yemenis, right, are fighting Saudis. That's the poorest and that's the richest. Huh? The poorest and that's the richest. Okay. All of our allies right now, well, I would bring you the pictures to show. I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but I'm going to try to be a little brief. We'll do it at other times. Here's a message we're trying to put out. This is a critical time in history. We are now not in an evasive state. We're in an engagement state. That means we are engaging. We are challenging the system. You say a nigger challenging the white man? Yes, we are. Because we've studied the white man. Anybody been coming here? They haven't heard no misrepresentation. I don't care how many years you've been coming here. And out of forecasts, out of predictions, right? This is going to happen. That's going to happen. Right? How many times? What is the correctness? Right? What's the score? You keeping score, right? Anybody ought to keep score. How many times is it right? How many times is it wrong? Put a check. Niggas right. Put it over there. Niggas wrong. Put it over here. What does it look like? Ask each other. How long you been coming in? Somebody might say, man, I've been coming here 25 years. Such as. Say, how does the scorecard look? Looks like, we don't want to say perfect, but we'll just say 97% accurate all the time, every time. That comes from sabr. As-sabru wa nifsul iman. Patience is half of faith, right? And the Quran refers to it as sabru jamilan, a beautiful patience. That means longevity, the ability to hold out, the ability to carry on over a long period of time. As we studied our movement historically, and we was part of it, the black movement, what is the problem we had? No longevity. No longevity. No place to hide. Black rebellion, right? Well, you black, so the police can see you. No place to hide, mean the Negroes gonna tell on you, boss man. Homeboy is over here, right? So we didn't have a chance to structure guerrilla warfare, build up long-range institutions. We didn't have that. Now we had to figure out what we had, what we didn't have, and we had to figure out what are we gonna do during this stage. I mean, what are we going to do? That's our responsibility. Those others who was with us, sometime they got clipped on the way. Imam Jamil and them got clipped. And it's only one or two others. It ain't going to be no whole crew. You have to be able to get along technically by yourself. You have to be able to stand alone in front of everybody by your own black bottom. You got to do it. You got to do it. And throughout all history, generally, the mode of the Anbiya was that, right? Sometimes they had a small group with them. Sometimes, now Musa and them had plenty of folks, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Other people, Noah taught 950-something years, or let's say 900, right? Who did he have with him? Nobody. His boy gonna run off. Everybody else gonna run off. You know, he had his nephew, but by the time the people of Sodom and Gomorrah get to messing around, that goes up in smoke. He's on the run almost. We don't want none of them good people. We just want funny acting folks, right? As Luke say, hey man, take my daughters here. Say, you know where we coming from? We don't roll like that. No. Everything we do in this place is funny. And if it ain't funny, we don't want to have nothing to do with it. And you're righteous. We don't want to have nothing to do with you. Isn't that what the Quran says about it? Anyway, let me move on. I'm just going to say a few more things. It's a long, several articles on this subject, but I'm just going to do a little bit. Let me see. Nihad Awad, accompanied by representatives of Impact and other U.S.-based and Saudi-funded Wahhabi-leaning Muslim entities, was caught meeting with the White House staff in 2014 in order to persuade the Obama administration to unleash an all-out bombing campaign against Syria and take out Bashar al-Assad. Take out Bashar al-Assad. Okay. So you can see who these people. Syria during Hafiz Assad's time, that's Bashar Assad's daddy, he's pretty much a dictator. He's a cold dictator. But I want you to know something about Syria. Syria is a Ba'ath government, exactly like Iraq. Saddam Hussein. Ba'ath means revivalist party. You know. Okay. So when Iran started having trouble 40-something years ago, there was only one Arab country that didn't go against them. It was Syria. Right? So therefore, Syria began to gain a certain amount of credibility with Iran, because now here's what the Quran talks about in Surah Tawbah. It talks about all treaties with the munafiqs and all of them are finished, except those whom, look at Surah 9, Ayat 3, somewhere down, except those whom you have a treaty with, right? And Syria had a treaty with Iran. So even though they were Alawiyan, that means they saying Ali is Allah, but most of the people are Sunnis, some are Christians, right? And a few Shias. What I'm saying is, the Quran says all treaties are null and void, except those people, just reading the Quran, that you had former relations with, and they never violated their treaty, right? That cost Syria a lot. That means Syria was on the outs with Saudi Arabia and all the other Arabs. Because fighting against Iran, that was Egyptian pilots, Egyptian technicians, Jordanian regulars, right? Sudanese mercenaries, all of those kind of people, right, was fighting against Iran, because Iran is supposed to be Shia, right? And they're all so-called Sunnis. And Saudi Arabia was supposed to be the protector of the two holy shrines, Karam al-Haramain, right? Let me go on to the point here. I don't want to keep y'all no longer than, but I have to tell you, you may not understand what we're doing here, But we understand what we're doing. And we hope everybody do understand. But it's not going to have nothing to do with how we respond to life. If we stand here by ourselves, we'll respond the same way. As we see fit, according to Quran and Sunnah. And look, I'll tell you another thing. That position is not getting weaker. It's getting stronger. Everything we've told the people for 20-something, 30, 40 years is all manifesting itself right in front of everybody's face. And ain't nobody California is burning up. I don't think there's much more to burn, right? Canada, you know what Canada is. 121 degrees last month. 121 degrees in Canada. Today, right there out there in Portland, Oregon and all, those are mountainous, cool areas out there. Portland, Oregon and Washington is where all the apples come from. It's nothing but water. It was nothing but water. The fresh water that makes the best beer, Tumwater, Washington, right? Them big red apples. Look on the box, Washington apples. In Oregon, in October, when apples start coming, the people put boxes of apples out on their front because they got all them apple trees and they can't eat them all. And the cars run over them and smash them. Apples, apples, apples. That's the north. That's the northwest. Those environments are changing. They got fires running through. Well, we talk about it every week. But ain't nobody doing nothing about it. Okay. We don't want to be on that boat. We want to do something about it. Okay. So, right now, here's what we suggest. For the Muslim world, for our allies, there's a special message. There's a special message to the president of Iran, or past president, Ahmadinejad. That's my homeboy. What's the message? Don't take offense to the little bit of things that went on during the last election. Don't hold no grudges. Because those things that you might have seen that was true, right? That might have been real. But you got to look for the good of the country, for the good of Islam, for the good of the country, and for the good of your madhab. You got to put those things in order. First, that means that you have to go out to all your people right now. You have to go to your people right now. If he has, I think he got more people in Iran follow him than anybody else. That's why they eased him out of the running. But that was because he was not the right man for the job right now. And they couldn't go tell everybody, okay, he's not the right man for the job. He's not the... So they had to engineer. They had to engineer the election through the process that they had. They engineered that election. Right. He can't take it personally. If they would have let him run the last time, it would have been some fitna. If they let him run this time, they couldn't depend on him to outgrow himself. So that means he has, this is a friend of mine, he has to evolve. How does he evolve? He goes right there right now and say, I'm bringing all my people and we helping. You know why I'm getting with y'all? Because everybody is trying to knock us over. And the world is dependent on us right now. Right? Whether it's in Yemen, where are they getting help from? Whether it's Hezbollah in Lebanon, where they getting help from, right? Whether it's the Palestinians who are Sunnis, where are they getting help from? Iran. That's the way it is, right? So, sometimes they can wave the flag and do all that, but sometimes they have to say, we got to get somebody in here that's going to toe the line right now. Everybody's out to get us. They've been out to get us for 40-something years, and they haven't made it. There's a few things that's going on that need special care. If you see Afghanistan, have you seen how fast, we talked about this a while ago, have you seen how fast the so-called Taliban is swooping across and taking power in Afghanistan? Why? That was the deal from Jump Street. That was the deal from Jump Street. Here's what we're going to do. This is part of the treaty. We're going to leave weapons behind. We're going to do all of that. All our bases, all these big cache of weapons. And you go ahead and you walk on in. Why they didn't have no relationships, no discussion with the Afghan government that they were supporting? Because the Afghan government was not willing to do what they wanted. They wanted someone to slow Iran down. They done tried it everywhere and they can't do it yet, right? They got an embargo, they got all kind of things on it, but it ain't working. The people are adapted. So the president, past presidents, have to look beyond themselves, their little crew, and say, I'm doing what's good for Islam first, right? Then I'm doing what's good for the Islamic Republic and the Muslims who are orbiting around. I want you to look at who all the fighting Muslims are orbiting around. Who is Hezbollah orbiting around? And what's happening to them, right? They have a big bomb go off right in downtown and kill almost everybody. Isn't that right? So who knew the stuff was there, storage? The Zionists knew it was there. They blew it up, right? Who's controlling the police departments in America? The Zionists. Why is all of a sudden the Israelis, why all of a sudden a police, they try to hide when they shoot. They shoot this nigga, but just shoot him. So do like the woman said, oh, the gun went off. I thought the gun was a doggone, them little laser or something thing. What? Taser. I thought it was a taser. Now, it's supposed to be the taser over here and the pistol over here, but that's okay. At least it's a lie, right? But she told but it ain't nothing you can say. I kept my knee on that man's neck for 9 minutes. And he called for his mama, and you didn't see no emotion. That is Israeli thinking. They teach the Israelis, break arms, break fingers, head, they call them head busting campaigns. So the Zionist bombs and kills and murders Palestinians with no feeling of remorse, right? That's what they teaching the racist police here. Don't even have that little 2-3 little spells. Well, there's a nigga out and killed 50 niggas, so I don't want to kill. No, keep on. Get 80 notches on your gun, right? That's what the Israelis are teaching. But don't worry about it. Good things is heading our way. It's not only us realizing it, but the whole world is realizing that the Zionists are the enemies of humanity. That's what they realize. Let me speed up a little bit. So the president of Iran, past presidents, should cooperate, bring their people in. The last crew Zarif, the last foreign minister, the nicest Uncle Tom you ever seen. Oh boy, he's a bootlicker. Dr. Karazi, the past one, they all part of the same crew. They got to bring in they people. Those are leftovers from Savak. I know you don't know who Savak, but Savak was the police back in the 70s. The secret police, Savak. When things happened over here and they had a revolution, they had thousands of Savak agents here mixed with the Iranian students who were rebellious, right? They reformed with the same goals to bring down Islamic Republic, to cause fitna all over the world. When I was sitting in Tehran in the airport, in the diplomatic section, I'd see so-and-so come through. Imam Musa, salam alaikum. Well, where you headed? Oh, I'm going to I'm going to be the ambassador in Malaysia. Hey, where you going? Oh, I'm going to Libya at that time. Right? All of them. Look, I'm telling you. After the revolution in Iran, and after the 79, 80, 81, 82, which we were very active at that time, that's when they was reforming. That's why the Daftar would be called, that's why the UN, that's why everybody, when they twist the thing, it turns from pro-Imam Musa to anti-Imam Musa, 100%. When we put out a flyer saying Imam Hussein, which they should understand in America, why no response? Is because they're working for the federal government, right? And especially the ones that stayed here. Iran is a super miracle. It's not only fighting all those external forces, but it's developed the military, the naval forces. It's to develop the, what do they call them, things that float all around in the air? Drones, all of that. Iran is number 4 in the world in drones. That means, why? Because when they needed help, nobody helped them. Nobody helped them. So they're saying, we're not going to be in that position no more. That's why they've progressed so fast militarily. And not to mention, some of the smartest students here in those days was Iranian students. Okay. But now, remember, here we are right now. I'm going to skip a lot of this stuff. Here we are right now. There's a lot of things going on. Number one, we have a deep state apparatus. The deep state apparatus have many actors in it. Some are card-carrying members, some are auxiliary members, but all of them are against us and what we're about. And they have the recruiting here in America. They have recruited every group, movement, and organization in the United States, all of them. Why? Because none of them come here, none of them. And who's the only one that's so-called pro-Islamic? It's us. It's us. And who's the ones that's anti-us? All of them. Go to any masjid or anywhere, right? We are doing our job here in America. And with Allah's help, we're going to keep on doing it. If they want to come, they can come. If we have to blaze a trail by ourselves, that's fine. Because that is super fine. But see, as the years go on, you look at what's going on. Here's Nihad, right? CARE. I'm not going to read any more about CARE, but the general outline about CARE is that they've been stealing money All these things that they do in the Congress and the Senate, that the governors do, messing with women and all that, they do it. It's like several long articles. They do it. They got cases in courts now. And these are cases that you have to be careful. See, if they were good Muslims, you would have to watch them cases, because they would have somebody in their organization, the feds, to give them, to say that, oh, they was doing this and oh, they was doing that. But the way these developed, it looks like something is going on. Well, we know one thing. Every time we went down there, nobody would even open the door and let us in. They wouldn't even, remember that? They wouldn't even let us down to come in and say hi. They open the door and all the white folks go out. I mean, white folks just go right on out. Oh, white folks welcome, niggas not welcome. It wasn't a sign that said that, but that's what it meant, right? Okay. Those people that are struggling have to forgive each other. It's like on the train with Geronimo. The other sellout Indians, where they going to put Geronimo and them on the train. And first, it came out in a movie, but a Mexican taught us that years ago. That they said, you can remember the scene. The Indians that helped chase them down, got their weapons. They put Geronimo and them on the train, and then they told the other Indians, Apaches, drop your weapons. They said, drop your weapons. They dropped the weapons. Then what did they do? They said, get on the train. Get on the same train you helped chase them, your homeboys down. Geronimo didn't say, why you dirty loner. He didn't say that. Here's what he said. He said, wherever we're going, you know where they're going? To Florida. Desert Indians are being transferred to Florida, where it's wet and soggy, right? That would be the same as taking Seminoles and putting them on a train and sending them to Arizona, right? And that hot desert. They're taking them out of their environment. And when they got back there, they're going to catch colds and flus and all kind of diseases, because they're used to a hot, dry Arizona, Mexico climate, right? But Geronimo didn't call them names. He said, wherever we're going, we're going to need each other. That's what we say to Negroes. Wherever we headed, if you ain't got enough sense to mistrust boss man by now, just the last week, he done double-crossed. This is the weekly double-cross. The friendly Afghans, y'all saw them. What they saying? Boss man, what about us? I say, yeah, that was last week when we was home, boy. This is a whole new week. I mean, good God Almighty. We got a whole new calendar week. It's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's different week. Last week, we needed you. This week, we don't. Right? Isn't that the way they do everybody? You think about it. Everything is important. Your wives, your children, your family, everybody. Now, look, when this earth, if we don't stop it tomorrow or the next day, it's going to boil over in some places, burn up in others, drown in others. That's what's happening, right? It's happening right now. And do you see anybody saying, we better stop today and fix this? No. And you know how inertia is. If you're in a car and hit the brakes, you keep going. Isn't that right? If they were to stop tomorrow, it wouldn't make no difference. This climate would continue to decline, right? Okay. In this decline that's going on, this world sounds like the world that you read about in a horror show, right? Or as something, a wave, a big wave, tidal wave, right? All of that stuff. Isn't the world sound just like them old disaster movies? But it's real, and it goes on every day, every season. It's an acceleration of disasters. And they're above and beyond the old disasters. I'm going to get ready to close, but I say this. Everybody that was on one side or the other, we got to get on the right side right now. Don't worry about what, and is a professional liar. In here, we ought to all be on the same side. Your wives, your children, your family, your future depends on it. You're gonna, yeah, okay. If you still trust boss man, something wrong with you. You need psychological something or other. If you trust the United States government, led by the Israelis, right now, you need help, big help. It's bigger than what we could do. I'm not going to go through all of this stuff. I would say this before closing. With Allah's help, we have met and overcame every challenge we faced. So you could be happy about it, or you could be proud of it. We're happy with it. We're happy with our allies. We're happy that Hezbollah is still holding on. We're happy that Hezbollah helped the Sunni cousins from right across the street. We're happy with that, right? We're happy with the people of Yemen. You've seen the people of Yemen. Bombing, killings. The little girls have an arm big as your finger, right? You've seen it on TV. From starvation. They're still holding on. Don't you see something going on? They are still holding on. Iran is surrounded by everybody. Well, we're going to go on and give them back the JPOIC, whatever it is, and the old lying president haven't done nothing, right? Because he figured if we hold on another minute, that ain't going to work. The longer they hold on, or hold back, the tougher and the stronger the people of Iran is going to get. Syria is held on. Iraq, with all of that destruction, have held on. I'm telling you, this is a new world. Those things used to wipe people out. Not today. It's a new day. There's going to be winners and losers, and there's going to be serious disasters in the world in which we live. Try to get on the side where there's less disaster and then there's more possibility. Because the Quran says, save yourselves and your family from a fire whose fuel is men and stones, right? So the world won't be drowned again, like, and it don't look like it either. It's on fire. Okay. So we ask Allah to give us the clarity and the inspiration and the hidayah. And actually, we got the hidayah, and we're sticking with it. The hidayah says one thing, and that's what we're going to do. The last thing I want to say, we don't care. We technically do not care if everybody jumps on board and said that's the right way to go. Because throughout history is very strange. Very seldom do everybody jump on the boat and say, that's the right way to go, we going. Most of the time, They say, I ain't going because I ain't got permission from boss man. Right? You see all the glitter and the gold that boss man got? He said, that ain't good. And boss man say, you are a bad nigga. Yes, you're just bad, worst nigga in town. And I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Isn't that what boss man says? Right? And he said, them niggas over there, Muslims, why, they good niggas. They just the nicest niggas you ever seen. They good Muslims. They butt kissers. They carry out anybody's garbage. Huh? And when they see us coming, I ain't going to go into it. When they see us coming, they go hide. They go hide. They actually go hide. And I'll close at this. One place I went out to, this is a big show. It's such a big show, it's got an elevator in there. So I got on the elevator and went up to the 3rd floor. That's where the Imam's office is at. So before I got on the elevator, there was a big funeral or wedding or something out there. So the Imam, he was from Africa, by the way, Sudan somewhere. He saw me way across the road, and he ducked in and went upstairs and went in his office. So when I got up on the 3rd floor, Pakistani brother come out and said, can I help you? I said, oh, I just come up to see the Imam. He said, he's not here. I said, oh, yeah? And I walked, oh, Imam Musa. There he was right there 20 feet away. 20 feet away. This is common. Do you think we care? I will close with this. You read the Quran. You read the Hadith. You try to study history and make it all fit. What does it mean? That's where we are now, right? But here in America, we have to have a 4th element. The thing, how we put all the Quran, how we put the Hadith, how we put history together. We have to pull out the meaning that it has for us at our time, in this place. Well, Allah, we seek thy refuge from anxiety and grief. We seek thy refuge from lack of strength and laziness. We seek thy refuge from cowardice and niggardliness. We seek thy refuge from being overpowered by debt and the oppression of men. O Allah, suffice us with what is lawful, keep from us what is prohibited. With thy grace, make us free from want of what is besides thee. Ameen.